Hello. So just before I start, let me just check whether I'm audible. Yeah. So continuing our detail on notification, अभी तक तो ऐसे आप लोगों को भर देना चाहिए फॉर्म, बट फिर भी मुझे कुछ कुछ क्वेरीज आए हैं ऑन वेरियस पार्ट ऑफ notification. So instead of answering then and there, I am trying to go through the entire notification जो इस साल का है. So we are at the section B, plan of examination. Here it says that civil service examination will consist of two successive stages. Appendix 1, section 1 में आप देख सकते हैं civil services preliminary exam objective type for the selection of candidate for the main examination, and then main examination written and interview for selection of candidate for various service and post noted above. ठीक है. Now, B1 में बोलते हैं candidate who's willing to apply for civil service examination shall require to apply online. Please, I have mentioned again, online ही submit करना है, and uh, all the supporting documents towards various claims such as date of birth, category, educational qualification, and service preferences may be sought by Commission along with online application form. The failure to provide the required information document along with the registration and online application form will entail cancellation of candidature of the examination. You need to fill abhi all of these details with the documents. Go through the entire section where all you need to submit what. You might have to see the list of ST if you belong to ST category. There are certification format in appendix in this notification where you have to submit for your proof as ex-serviceman or PWD, PWBD or EWS, your educational qualification documents, your service preference and rank. ये सब इसी बार अभी ही भरना है during the registration. So ensure that you fill all the information correctly. आज आप इंफॉर्मेशन भरेंगे, सबमिट होगा, फिर जब आप इंटरव्यू के लिए अगर आप क्वालिफाई करते हैं उस दिन at that stage your document will be verified, not during prelims but after you clear for interview. So इसीलिए you need to be careful on what documents you are sharing. अपना एक फोल्डर बना के उसको सेव करके रखिए all the things that you are submitting in the exam form. In your own laptop or computer, fill all the details, save it, save all the documents for your future use. Now, the Commission shall provide a window of 10 days after the declaration of result of civil service preliminary examination for taking cadre preference from the qualified candidates. All qualified candidates will mandatorily fill the cadre preference along with the fee of rupees 200 for admission into civil services main examination. ये तो आपको अभी भरना ही है. Service preference, cadre preference is state wise. This will, which state cadre you will go. This will only come to the people who have qualified for civil services mains examination. Okay. Right now you have to choose what all services: IAS, IPS, IFS, Indian Audit and Account Service, Indian Revenue Service, IRS, all the services which are mentioned. Okay. और उसके बाद cadre will be happening only after when you complete or when you have qualified your prelims, and you have to give a fee of 200 rupees and then you do this cadre. The Commission shall also provide a window of 15 days from the date of declaration of result of fitted part of civil services main examination qualified for personality test of interview. The candidate, as per note 1 below rule 6 of CSE 21, shall be required to update their details, education qualification, whether appeared, or to produce upload proof of passing of the requisite qualifying examination, failing which will not be able to personality test. ओके, करेंटली अगर आप अपीयरिंग है, यू आर इन योर फाइनल ईयर ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन, योर रिजल्ट इज नॉट देयर, you can still fill the form and give the prelims. And then if you qualify for interview stage, again you have to give a documentary evidence that your what is your state, up you are appeared, or will you be what you're completed, or you have the result. You will give you will be given the option to upload it. So in this period, all candidates qualified for personality test shall also provide an option to update correspondence, permanent formal address, higher education qualification, achievement in different field, employment details, service experience, detail of service selection on the basis of earlier or previous civil service examination, service cadre preference of current examination. तो आपको फिर से ये दी जाएगी once you are there for मेंस. आपने मेंस क्वालिफाई कर लिया, फिर इंटरव्यू का जब अगली बार आएगा, यू आपको यू विल दिस अपॉर्चुनिटी विल बी गिवन अगेन टू अपडेट योर एप्लीकेशन. सो डोंट माइंड, अगर आप जो भी अभी भर रहे हैं, फिल इट फॉर द रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ द फॉर्म. अगर आप क्वालिफाई करते हैं इंटरव्यू के लिए, आपको फिर से 15 दिन को विंडो मिलेगा टू अपडेट योर एप्लीकेशन relevant for the personality test for 2025 एग्जामिनेशन. सिविल सर्विस 2025 का जो इंटरव्यू होगा, वो नेक्स्ट ईयर 2026 जनवरी से होगा टेंटेटिवली. तो तब आपको दी जाएगी सर, अगर दिसंबर, अगर ट्रेंड देखें दिसंबर 8-10 के आसपास आता है रिजल्ट, तो आपको 15 दिन दिए जाएंगे टू अपडेट योर इन्फो. आई होप इसमें कोई डाउट नहीं होना चाहिए. So a candidate shall be required to mandatorily indicate order of preference only for those services which are participating in the civil services examination. और जब आपका यहाँ पे जितने भी सर्विसेज है, हमने अभी देखा था स्टार्टिंग में लास्ट स्ट्रीम में कि सारे डिटेल्स ऑफ सर्विसेज दिए गए हैं. मैं फिर से आपको वो स्क्रीन की तरफ ले जाता हूँ. ये हैं सारे सर्विसेज. आईएएस, आईएफएस, पुलिस सर्विस, इंडियन ऑडिट एंड अकाउंट, सिविल अकाउंट सर्विस, कॉर्पोरेट लॉ service, Indian Defense Estate, Indian Information Service, Indian Postal, Indian Post and Telecommunication Account and Finance Service, Indian Railway Management Service, Traffic, Indian Railway Management Service, Personnel, Indian Railway Management Service, Accounts, Indian Railway Protection Force Service, Indian Revenue Service, Custom and Indirect Taxes, Indian Revenue Services, Income Tax, Indian Trade Services Group A, Grade 3, Armed Force Headquarters, Civil Service, Danix, Civil Service, Danix, Police Service, Pondix, Civil Service, Pondix, Pondips Police Service. तो ये है टोटल लिस्ट ऑफ सर्विसेज जो आपको चूज करनी है. और अभी आप जो एग्जाम दे रहे हैं उसको, उसमें ये कैडर सेलेक्ट करना है. व्हाट इज In case of preference for none of the services is indicated, the candidate will be not considered for service allocation. Ensure that आप services भरें, और उसके बाद जब आपको opportunity मिलेगी as per your rank, you will then have an opportunity to accept or not accept. अब मेरा ये अगर आप बोलेंगे राय ये होगा, from the mistakes which I have done in my past, please fill all the services. Fill all the services. If you think you're eligible for all of them as per physical demand requirement also, you fill all of those services. जब आपका rank आएगा, because you do not know what your rank will come, accordingly you will be ordered, a preference of services will be given, and you may never know. आपका रैंक कुछ हो सकता है, और कभी कभी अपॉर्चुनिटी ऐसी होती है कि सर्विसेज ऊपर आ जाती है, मिल जाती है. तो इंश्योर दैट यू फिल ऑल द सर्विसेज जहां जहां यू आर एलिजिबल. So your cadre preference, if IAS is first preference and IPS is second preference, please maintain that. As per your rank, they will look at it, the vacancy, and then they will give you. See, this is the rule on which this connection is there. DOPT website where you can see the various service allocation details. So IAS and IPS are the ऑल इंडिया सर्विस, ठीक है। तो बाकी सब सेंट्रल सर्विसेज है, आईएफएस को भी छोड़ दें, बट फॉरेन सर्विस को छोड़ दें तो ये बाकी ऑल इंडिया सर्विसेज है। तो यू हैव टू सी योर कैडर एलोकेशंस का जब आएगा। नाउ कमिंग टू दी, ये एक बहुत ही बड़ा रूल है। अगर वंस यू हैव फिल्ड इन योर प्रेफरेंस फॉर सर्विस एंड कैडर, जो आपने सबमिट कर दिया है, दैट विल बी एक्सेप्टेड, देयर विल बी नो चेंज। सो टू बी वेरी फ्रैंक, please stay very broad in your mindset. You are serving your country at every position and every part of the world country. So doesn't, आप देख लीजिए home cadre, या there is always a high likingness of for home cadre and things like that, but doesn't matter. If you are a part of this prestigious civil services of India, आप कहीं से भी सब ऑपरेट करें, you are serving your nation. So we have that kind of an attitude. Next comes the eligibility conditions. See, the nationality for IAS, IFS, and IPS, a candidate must be citizen of India. For other services, a citizen of India or subject of Nepal or subject of Bhutan, a Tibetan refugee before 1962, 1st January 1962, or a person of Indian origin who has migrated from Pakistan, Burma, Sri Lanka, East African countries, Kenya, Uganda, United Republic of Tanzania, Zambia, Malawi, Zaire, Ethiopia, Vietnam, with the intention of permanently settling in India, provided that the candidate belong to the category B, C, D, E, shall be a person in whose favor a certificate of eligibility has been issued by Government of India. ये other services के लिए you see that a government has given this certificate, so that will be necessary. So, but they are eligible. So, Civil Services of India is not just eligible for an Indian citizen, but also for citizens subject of Nepal, subject of Bhutan, Tibetan refugee before 1st January 1962, with intention of permanently settling in India, and other of Indian origin who have migrated. Now there are certain age limits. Please see that you have all the documentary evidence to maintain and show this. Minimum age is 21 years, 21 years, and must not have attained for age of 32 years on 1st August 2025. So essentially for general category candidate, 21 years minimum and max 32 years. आपकी पैदाइश 2 अगस्त 1993 से पहले नहीं होनी चाहिए, या फिर 1 अगस्त 2004 के बाद की पैदाइश नहीं होनी चाहिए। आप इसी बिटवीन 2 अगस्त 1993 से 1 अगस्त 2004 के होने चाहिए आपका बर्थ डेट, देन यू आर eligible. Now some relaxation is there for upper age limit, 5 years for SC and ST, 3 years for OBC who are eligible to avail reservation, 3 years in case of defense services personnel disabled in operations during hostilities with any foreign country or in disturbed area or released as consequence of thereof, 5 years in case of ex-servicemen including commissioned officers, emergency commissioned officers, short service commissioned officers, and who have rendered at least 5 years military service on 1st August 2025 and have been released. You have to give the certificate of 5 years service. So this certificate has to be given, completion of assignment, and then up to 5 years, maximum 5 years in case of ECOs, SSCOs who have completed an initial period of assignment of 5 years of military service as on 1st August 2021, whose assignment has been extended beyond 5 years, in whose case Ministry of Defense issues a certificate that can apply for civil employment, and they will be released on 3 months notice to selection from the date of receipt of appointment. तो एमओडी से सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए अगर यू आर स्टिल सर्विंग, बट आपका मिनिमम 5 years कंप्लीट हो चुका है and you're still in service, but MOD gives you a certificate that if you get selected, you will be released within 3 months. And then 10 years eligibility have for with benchmark disabilities like blindness and low vision, deaf and hard of hearing, locomotor disability including cerebral palsy, leprosy cured, dwarfism, acid attack victims, and muscular dystrophy, autism, intellectual disability, specific learning disability, and mental illness, multiple disabilities among person under the clause 1 to 4, इंक्लूडिंग डेफ ब्लाइंडनेस। ठीक है, आपके पास ये सर्टिफिकेट होने चाहिए बेंचमार्क डिसेबिलिटीज का। तो एज रिलैक्सेशन इज grant of cumulative age relaxation under both the categories for SC, ST और OBC। एंड एक्स सर्विसमैन का tag will be defined as per the Re-employment in Civil Services Post Rules 1979। और for age concession again para 3 clause 2 to D and D will be administered to an ex-serviceman who was served in any rank whether as combatant or non-combatant in regular army, navy and air force of the Indian Union, and who either has been retired or relieved on the discharge from the such service whether at own request or being relieved by employer after earning pension. Notwithstanding the provision of age relaxation under para this, candidates of physically benchmark disabilities will be considered to be eligible for appointment only if they, after medical examination as the government or appointment authority, are found satisfy the requirement of the physical and medical. So, as per the medical examination of this particular government authority, only you will be eligible to take this category of relaxment. Save as the date of birth accepted by the commission is entered in the matriculation or secondary school leaving certificate or in a certificate recognized by Indian University as equivalent to matriculation or extract from register of matriculate maintained by university. Okay, so your date of birth is the certificate in support of the date of birth is required to be submitted by candidate only a type of applying civil service examination. No other document related to age like horoscope, EABO, or municipality record has not to be accepted. And there will be no subsequent change for date of birth. So please don't try to, have the right document, right set of document when you do your OTR. No change will be allowed subsequently at the examination. What is the minimum educational qualification? Common question, कौन ये एग्जाम दे सकता है apart from age eligibility? A candidate must hold a graduate degree of any universities incorporated by an act of the central or state legislature in India. Graduate degree होना चाहिए. And this education should be established by an act of parliament or declared as deemed or as a university under section 3 of UGC 1956 or possess an equivalent qualification. So candidate who have appeared at a qualifying examination, the passing of which would render them educationally qualified the commission's examination, but have not been informed of the result, as also the result who intend to appear of such qualifying exam is also eligible for admission to the course. However, all such who declared qualified for the commission for examination will be required to produce proof of passing for required qualifying exam within time prescribed rule of rule 13 of CSE 2025. तो सबसे पहला इट ग्रेजुएट डिग्री सब्जेक्ट का कोई नहीं है, ग्रेजुएट डिग्री होना चाहिए यूनिवर्सिटीज कॉर्पोरेट अंडर द एक्ट ऑफ सेंट्रल और स्टेट लेजिस्लेचर और इंस्टीट्यूट बाय एक्ट ऑफ पार्लियामेंट अंडर द डीम्ड यूनिवर्सिटी अंडर सेक्शन 3. यूजीसी एक्ट 1956। आपका इंस्टीट्यूट यहाँ से होना चाहिए वेरीफाइड। ग्रेजुएट इज द मिनिमम रिक्वायरमेंट। एंड आप पास किए हो कि नहीं किए हो, यू फिर इन द फाइनल एग्जाम, फाइनल ईयर ऑल्सो यू कैन अपियर एज पर द रूल 13 ऑफ CSE 2025। आपको आफ्टर द this thing you have to valid proof of passing the qualifying examination, degree certificate, final mark sheet or provisional degree certificate are issued by the competent authority. Proof of completion of internship is required in case of MBBS, PDS, veterinary science and other equivalent degree. And please see that you have these things when you are giving this exam, अगर आप फाइनल ईयर में हो। ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि आप पैरेलली कहीं और से कुछ कंप्लीट कर लें ओपन यूनिवर्सिटी वगैरह से, दैट आल्सो विल कमीशन ऑन केस टू केस बेसिस कैन agree to. So that's an exceptional case. Candidates possessing professional and technical qualification which are recognized by government as equivalent to professional and technical degree would also be eligible for admission to the civil service examination. जिन्होंने MBBS के फाइनल ईयर में हैं और इंटर्नशिप कंप्लीट नहीं किया, प्रोविजनली दे विल बी एडमिटेड। एक कंसर्न अथॉरिटी से उनको एक एप्लीकेशन रखना पड़ेगा कि दे विल प्रोड्यूस द फाइनल एग्जाम रिजल्ट इंटरव्यू से पहले के इंटरव्यू स्टेज के दौरान। नाउ कम्स द नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स। एलिजिबिलिटी हमने एज की कर ली, हमने डिग्री की कर ली, अब आता है नंबर ऑफ अटेम्प्ट्स। सो एवरी कैंडिडेट अपीयरिंग हु इज एलिजिबल शैल बी परमिटेड six attempt at civil service examination, but there are relaxation for SC, ST, OBC and physically with benchmark disability candidate. So for SC and ST unlimited, categories to which OBC के लिए 9, फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी के लिए 9 फॉर जनरल एंड EWS एंड OBC एंड अनलिमिटेड फॉर SC ST अगर आप फिजिकल बेंचमार्क डिसेबिलिटी से कर रहे हैं। GL is for general, EW is for economically weaker section, SC for scheduled castes, and ST for scheduled tribes, OBC for other backward class, and PWD-BD for person with benchmark disability. An attempt at a preliminary examination shall be deemed to be an attempt in the civil service examination. An attempt is also, if appears in any one paper of preliminary examination, it will consider that candidate has made attempt at the examination. आप एग्जाम देने गए हो और आपने वहां पे साइन कर दिया एंट्री एग्जाम हॉल में पेपर लेने के बाद, तो आपका अटेम्प्ट काउंट हो गया, कोई भी पेपर हो, पेपर 1 में हो या पेपर 2 हो। अब व्हाट आर द रेस्ट्रिक्शन ऑन अप्लाइंग फॉर एग्जामिनेशन? A candidate who is appointed to the Indian Administrative Service or IFS previous result के हिसाब से will not be eligible to appear at the civil service examination 2025. In case such a candidate is appointed to IFS after the civil service preliminary exam 20 is over and candidate continues to be member of the service, the candidate shall not be eligible to appear in the civil service main, not from the qualified for this. आपका जब अगर आप सोचिए आप अभी 2024 का एग्जाम दे रहे हैं, रिजल्ट तो आया नहीं है और रिजल्ट आने के बाद आप IAS या IFS आपको मिल जाता है, तो फिर आप मेंस नहीं दे पाएंगे। और या फिर आपको अभी इसी साल के एग्जाम में IPS मिल चुका है और आप फिर से IPS ही चूज कर रहे हैं, तो फिर आपको नहीं मिल पाएगा ये। देयर आर सर्टेन मेडिकल फिजिकल फिट एंड मेडिकल फिजिकल स्टैंडर्ड्स, ये अपेंडिक्स 3 ऑफ रूल्स ऑफ जो 22 जनवरी में निकला है, तो ये जो है सारे अपेंडिक्स जो है मेरे को लगता है पीछे है। Now, fees. Candidate except female SC oblique ST oblique person with benchmark disability candidates who are exempted from payment of fee are required to pay 100 rupees either by remitting the money in the branch of SBI or by cash or using net banking facility by using Visa, Master, Rupee, Credit, Debit card और UPI पेमेंट 100 रुपीज बॉयज को देना है. तो जो चूज फॉर पे इन कैश मोड, ये आपको काउंटर फाइल जाके करना है SBI में बिफोर. देखिए ये डेट, कैश वालों को 10th फरवरी तक करना है और ऑनलाइन पेमेंट 11th फरवरी 6 PM. फिक्सियस पेमेंट भी निकलेगा अगर आपका पेमेंट गलत है, उसका लिस्ट निकलेगा, आपका फॉर्म सबमिट नहीं होगा. फी विल नॉट बी रिफंडेड. ये भी ध्यान रखिए कि जब आप मेंस के लिए क्वालिफाई करेंगे और फर्दर 200 रुपीज भी आपको सबमिट करना है. एक्सेप्ट एग्जेम्प्टेड कैटेगरी SC ST PWD वुमेन, बॉयज को देना ही है थ्रू ए विंडो ऑफ 10 days. हाउ टू अप्लाई. नाउ दिस इज, वी हैव स्पोकन अबाउट OTR वन टाइम रजिस्ट्रेशन. ये वेबसाइट में आपको जाना है upsconline.gov.in एंड आपको पहला अपना वन टाइम रजिस्ट्रेशन UPSC वेबसाइट में करना है. Once you have done that, for then इस पर्टिकुलर एग्जाम CSC 2025 का एप्लीकेशन में जाके आपको एप्लीकेशन भरना है. So people who are already in government service or whether in permanent or temporary capacity or work as charged employees other than the casual or daily rated employees, those serving under public enterprise are however required to submit an undertaking that they have informed in writing to their head of office oblique department that they have applied for the examination. Candidates should note that in case of communication received from their employer by the commission withholding permission to the candidates applying or appearing again, the application will be liable to rejected, candidate will be liable to cancel. तो प्लीज अपने हेड को, अगर आप कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल एम्प्लॉयमेंट में या टेम्पररी एम्प्लॉयमेंट में या परमानेंट एम्प्लॉयमेंट में कोई भी गवर्नमेंट एंटिटी में है, यू प्लीज सी दैट यू हैव गिवन ए एप्लीकेशन एंड परमिशन हैज बीन टेकन. चॉइस ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन सेंटर प्लीज फोकस करके डालिएगा. बेंचमार्क डिसेबिलिटीज इन कैटेगरीज ऑफ ब्लाइंडनेस, लोकोमोटर डिसेबिलिटी, both arm affected, and cerebral palsy will be provided with facility of scribe. Scribe की facility categories of blindness, locomotor disability, both arm affected BA and cerebral palsy को वालों affected बच्चों को दिया जाएगा. तो अदर जो एक्ट के अंदर अगर आपको स्क्राइब का है, यू हैव टू सी दैट only candidate who have the certificate that they this thing, and ये certificate chief medical officer, civil surgeon, medical superintendent of a government healthcare institution as per proforma at appendix 5, ये नीचे है, आपको इस हिसाब से होना चाहिए सर्टिफिकेट. The candidate have description of opting for his or own scribe or request the commission for same. The detail of scribe whether own or commission and the details of scribe in case of candidate are bringing their own scribe will be sought at the time of filling up the application form online. Suitable provision in the online application form has been made. आपको ये डिटेल भरना है जो ये चीज फैसिलिटी लेना चाहते हैं. Qualification of scribe should always be matriculate and above. And commission का scribe as per the exam का ही होगा. Person with benchmark disabilities in the category of blindness, locomotor disability, both arm affected, and cerebral palsy will be allowed compensatory time of 20 minutes per hour of the examination. In other categories, the facility will be produced on the production of certificate as per the Appendix 5. So candidate applying for this exam will be required to indicate information such as detail of Center for Civil Services main examination, IFS service main examination, optional subject to be selected for examination, medium or examination for civil services main examination, medium of examination for optional subject. If he chooses an Indian language as the medium of examination, main compulsory Indian language for civil services main examination at the time of filling online form itself. No request for change in these detail of application must be submitted done by the commission. इसी स्टेज में आपको पूरा डिटेल भरना है फॉर द एग्जाम. मीडियम ऑफ एग्जामिनेशन, ऑप्शनल और ऑप्शनल इन विच मीडियम or compulsory language. You have to fill all the details right away. So people who are applying for this year examination should be very clear उनका optional subject क्या होगा. So they fulfill all the eligibility of the examination. See, any of this thing you do, impersonation, this thing applying, ये सारा कोई भी चीज अगर आपके अगेंस्ट प्रूफ हो जाता है, your candidature is cancelled not just for this exam but also for applying for UPSC exams. Please be very, very honest, and you are going to be the example for the world itself, country, youth. तो देखिए आप कैसे ईमानदारी से इस एग्जाम की तरफ जाएं. Debarment is the punishment. और ये आज नहीं तो कल कभी भी प्रूव हो जाए. इवन ड्यूरिंग योर सर्विस आप सेलेक्ट हो जाते हैं और प्रूव हो जाता है, स्टिल you are liable to be punished. Now coming to the last date for online submission. See 11th February 6 p.m. इसके बाद और लिंक काम नहीं करेगा. 11th February is Tuesday. 11th February is Tuesday. Tuesday 6 p.m. IST. बस पेमेंट हो जाना चाहिए. जिनका जनरल कैटेगरी बॉयज जिनको पेमेंट करना है तब तक ही पेमेंट कर सकते हैं और सबमिट बटन दबा सकते हैं. So e-admit card will be issued one preview, like I told you, like around 17th of May, and that is the only thing you will get. All the details are there of how to reach out to commission. So these are certain things आपको हमेशा ready रखना है. Your registration ID, roll number, if received, and name of candidate, year of examination when you do any communication with the postal address and already active email ID. अगर आप commission के साथ communication करते हैं. So अगर आप multiple reservation avail करना चाहते हैं for the exam, so there are certain conditions over here. See which if it is suit valid to you. So list of reserved community में अगर आपका community का नाम है सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से जो इशू होता है, only then eligibility of availing reservation. OBC non-creamy layer certificate based on income for the financial year. This issued after this date. तो ये होना चाहिए. अगर if you meet up to this requirement, only then you can take the avail this thing. एंड इन कैंडिडेट एलिजिबल फॉर द बेनिफिट ऑफ ईडब्ल्यूएस अगर आप अवेल कर रहे हैं, meets the criteria issued by central government, is in possession of the requisite income and asset certificate based on the income of financial year this issued after 1st April 2024, after the completion of this financial year, last financial year, but not later than the closing date of the online application form. 11 फरवरी से पहले का सर्टिफिकेट 2025 का पहले का सर्टिफिकेट होना चाहिए फॉर ऑल दिस। एंटाइटलमेंट ऑफ रिजर्वेशन जो है प्रिस्क्राइब फॉर्मेट में होना चाहिए जो इस फॉर्म में है। The closing date fixed for the receipt of online application form of Civil Service Examination 2025 will be treated as the date for determining the OBC status, including that of creamy layer for the candidate. बड़ा क्लियरली दे रखा है। अगर आपको चेंज ऑफ कैटेगरी या कोई भी चीज आपका देखते हैं जो आपको एलिजिबल करता है, दीज आर दी रिक्विजिट एरिया टू अंडरस्टैंड। So with this, the notification is over. We will talk about this in our next stream on the plan of examination, appendix 1. You have any doubt, please reach out to us or write it in the comment. Please fill the exam form timely and see that you are ready, very clear on what you are applying for. With this, thank you.